You are worth so much more than you weigh. I'm here to remind you of that truth, that your worth is more than what you look like. Your worth is more than your appearance, and it always will be. It always was. You're not a piece of meat at the butcher shop. Your worth is not determined by how much you weigh. Show yourself some more respect, girl, alright? Frankly, I've just seen way too much bullshit on social media recently about how important skinny is and how skinny is so much better. And if you're skinny, then, you've made it in life and people will treat you so much better. And all you should do is try and be skinny and do Pilates and walk 10k steps and do the Stairmaster for 1,000 minutes and lose all your weight, because you'll be so much happier if you lose weight. Oh my God. Like, we're actually regressing so much. Like, people need to chill the fuck out. If you've seen all of that, like showering your FYP, I'm here to remind you that your worth, that your beauty, that your value is so much more than how you look. It is so much more than how much you weigh. It is so irrelevant to who you are and to your life. Okay, yes, we want to be healthy. Of course we do. But we want to be sustainably healthy. Alright, we don't want to lose all of our nutrients because we want to look hot. Don't get brainwashed into thinking that the only way that you can be hot is if you look a certain way, if you're hella skinny, and if you have this hourglass figure. Because that is just not a representation of reality. Maybe you have like a subconscious thought in your head that you can't find love, that you're not worthy of love if you're not this type of figure, or you're not worthy of your career if you're not this type of figure, or you're not worthy of your dream life if you don't look like this. I know you know those men with the biggest beer bellies you've ever seen in your life, and they are laughing their way to the bank because they didn't let something like their weight stop them from their dream career. If you think that you're not worthy for love because of your weight, there are how many couples in this world? Since the beginning of time, I can't even comprehend how many couples there have been, how many people that have been in love with each other. There's probably around 5% of those people that have had the ideal body type, right? 95% have had a body type that is not represented in the media, and they still found love. Because beauty is so much more than an hourglass figure. Beauty is so much more than a thigh gap or a big ass juicy booty, okay? And yes, we love those things, we celebrate those things. Those things are beautiful, of course, but they do not determine your worth, and they never ever will. You are so much more than that, and don't objectify yourself to thinking that that's all you are. You're no better than a man. You're looking at yourself like an object, like you're only worthy, you're only interesting, you're only beautiful if you look a certain way. Imagine if a man said that to your face, right? You give them a fucking slap and a kick in the balls, because you know that that is not the truth. Deep down inside, you know that you are worth more than those superficial things. But also, it's not your fault for feeling this way, for feeling like you're only worthy if you're a certain way, if you look a certain way, because it's all over in the media, like it's all over everywhere. So I don't blame you, and you shouldn't blame yourself. It's so easy to fall back into this trap if you struggled with eating disorders, or if you struggled with your body image, body dysmorphia, with all this heroin chic coming back and Ozempic and skinny is a new fucking BBL bullshit. Like, our bodies are not trends. Our bodies are vessels of life. They're vessels of life. They carry us from place to place. Our body is a machine. Your body is a piece of art. Your body is not a trend. If you're someone that's like, oh, I need to have my dream body to be able to be in a relationship, right? I want you to sit on this one. Okay, so say you get your dream body and you finally feel worthy enough to be in a relationship, and you are in a relationship and this guy is just madly in love with you, right? What happens if down the line you want to have babies and you get pregnant and you gain a bunch of weight, and it's stubborn weight and it's stuff that you can't move? What happens if your boobs go saggy in 50 years' time? What happens if you get stretch marks? What happens then? Is that guy still gonna love you? Are you gonna still feel worthy enough to be in a relationship? Or are you gonna feel unworthy? Because our weight changes all the time. Our weight changes probably on a weekly basis, right? We're always changing. To be human, to live life is to change, right? So you and your body is going to change at one point in time. And if you don't feel worthy just as you are, untouched, just right now, babe, you're never going to feel worthy. You're never going to feel worthy. Because honestly, I didn't know at the time, but I definitely had an eating disorder. I was eating very little and I was doing a lot of working out. So I went to a dance school. So I was basically dancing from 9 to 6 p.m. Oh my God. Dancing and eating disorders, that is a whole other subject that I will gladly get into, but not today because oh my God. But I was dancing from like 8 a.m. to 6 p.m. every day. My college was an hour and a half trek. I'd come home and then I'd go to the gym and then I'd run a 5k. And then on the weekends, I'd work and do like about 20,000 steps, right? And in this time, I was probably eating about, 1,000 calories. And I barely had any carbs. I had about 20 carbs a day. I'd honestly eat anything with lettuce. Like, I'd fucking eat meatballs with lettuce. And I thought that was, like, alright. It was not alright. Anyway, I never felt thin enough. I never felt thin enough. And I look back on pictures of me and I'm like, oh my God. Like, I was so thin. Like, I was so thin, but I didn't even see it. When I started that process of losing weight, I saw myself as unworthy. And when I lost all the weight, I still saw myself as unworthy. So if you do want to get into shape or you do want to tone up your body, you do want to look different, that's totally fine. I totally promote that. I'm on that journey right now. But you can't hate yourself into love. You can't hate yourself into loving your body. You know, if you don't accept your body with your rolls and your bits that you don't like, you're never going to accept it when it's perfect, top notch, your dream body. And you think that you will, but your brain, it actually plays tricks on you and you're not going to feel good enough. You're not going to feel thin enough. You're not going to feel curvy enough, whatever it is that you want to achieve. And this is for boys, this is for men too. You're not going to feel big enough because you're looking at the lack continuously. When you're doing body checks or something like that, you're looking and you're going, oh, I need to be thinner here. I need to be thinner here. I need to be thinner here. And because you're so focused on that, what you focus on expands. All you're going to see is more fat. Like, all you're going to see is more fat if that's what you're looking at. So it's such a trap. Instead of looking at your weight, instead of looking at how you look, prioritize how you feel. You got to think about yourself and your life in the future. Maybe eating low carbs makes you lose weight really quickly, right? But maybe it's not sustainable for your brain health because you need carbs for your brain, and maybe you feel really foggy and irritated and uncomfortable. And if that's the case, that's affecting your quality of life. Now, I much rather to enjoy my personal experience of life than please somebody else's eyes and feel worthy enough for somebody else. Okay, yeah, I'm eating low carbs and maybe I've got a 6-pack, but inside I'm feeling like fucking shit. I don't want that, alright? I want to live a good quality of life. I want to be happy in myself. It takes a little bit of testing. It takes a little bit of figuring it all out. But try and figure out a plan, a healthy plan that makes you feel good. Here's your permission slip, alright? You're allowed to feel good. You don't have to suffer to be beautiful. You don't have to suffer to be worthy. You can have a sweet treat every single day if you want to. Babe, live your life. Live your life. Life's too short to be living your life for other people. We all have fucking roles. We all have shit we don't like about ourselves. We all have bumps and lumps and stretch marks. Look at your body for what it does for you. Your body allows you to taste food. Your body allows you to walk down the stairs in the morning or breathe. Don't allow people to make assumptions and judge you for shit that they don't even know. Someone could look really athletic but be hella lazy, and someone could be thicker but actually do the most, and how they put on weight is different and they show up differently. Just because you're skinny, just because you're thick, just because you're muscly, just because da 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 da, doesn't mean anybody has the right to make judgments over your life, tell you what you should be doing with your life, tell you what you should be doing with your body, telling you whether it's unhealthy or whether it's healthy, because it's actually none of their business. I hate that whole situation where people see a fat person and they're like, I can make nasty comments about this person because they're being unhealthy. The fuck you talking about? That same person will be watching porn fucking 7 times a day. Yeah, they never see the light of day. They smoke about a packet of cigarettes and they're commenting on the fact that somebody's fat. They're saying, oh, that's unhealthy, when their whole existence is just unhealthy. No one gets any right to speak about your body under no circumstances. And don't ever think that just because you are fatter than most or you're thinner than most, that people are allowed to speak about you like that, that people are allowed to judge you like that. All right, we don't keep those people in our lives. We just keep a step and we just keep moving on, okay? You don't need your dream body to have your dream career. You do not need your dream body to have your dream relationship, to have your dream friends, to have any situation, all right? If I think of my favorite people that I met in my life, I cannot for the life of me remember how much fat percentages they had on them. I do not give a fuck how much they weigh. That is the most least important information to me ever. When I think about someone that I love, that is not even on the list of things that I think about. I love their body because it allows them to exist. I love my body because it allows me to exist. I love your body because it allows you to exist. It allows you to watch this fucking video right now. Like, that's a fucking miracle. And I love your body for that shit. That's what bodies are for. Bodies are for experiencing life, for experiencing the best out of life. Our bodies are not for show and tell. They're not for everybody to spectate on and make comments on. Our bodies are not for people to judge. Our bodies are not a trend. Okay, our bodies are not what make us worthy, what make us lovable, what make us interesting, what make us popular. Very well may be the case that having a dream body, people are gonna tell you that you're pretty, want to be friends with you more. But those people that only want to love you because you have this type of body are not worth it in your life. I just feel quite passionate about this because I've genuinely seen so much about just like being skinny and having this perfect body and all the ways that you can attain this perfect body, and it's exhausting me, and I'm not even subscribing to it, but it's exhausting me. All right, and I know you've probably seen some shit like that if you're still watching this video. It's just really important that I remind you that you are worth more than you weigh. Your worth is intrinsic. It's something that just exists, and no matter what you do, it can't change it. It can't make you more worthy. It can't make you less worthy. You're worthy because you exist. You're worthy because you're here. You're worthy because you are a human being. And I hope you keep reminding yourself of that. I love you, and you don't have to change. Okay, there are people that are gonna love you. They're gonna love the fuck out of you. Okay, no matter what you look like. And you search for those people and you ignore the rest. You ignore the people that see you for the superficial. I love you.